Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It is that time of the week again to count down the 10 hottest cards of the week. And we have a pretty interesting, diverse group of cards to look at this time around. The market is a tad bit slower than it has been, but still, we got 10 cards moving up in value, at least 9% to talk about today. Quickly before we get started though, just a fast reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can pre-order Dominaria United products there. They have everything you see on the screen as well as the Commander decks. Plus, they have a whole lot of other things on their website. Remember, for orders over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. Also, whenever you use the Heroes promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated, so thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10, Subtlety. This is up $1.16 to $9.99. That is a 13% increase. And this is a good time to let you know how we compile our top 10 every week. We look for two pieces of criteria. The first is a percentage increase in the value of the cards. And secondly, we want to see a true increase in sales out there as well. If you're expecting a card to be in the top 10 and it does not show up, well, then it fell short in one or both of those categories this week. With that out of the way though, let's talk more about Subtlety. This is a huge modern card found in many decks, including popular ones like Murktide Regent and 4-color Living End. In fact, Living End has been gaining momentum recently, and it is the key driver for this increase. But like I said, this is found in lots of decks in that format. Number 9, Collective Restraint, up $1.43 to $16.62. That is a 9% increase. This is an older card yet to be reprinted. You do see this occasionally in Pillow Fort builds and Commander. Maybe this is the start of a targeted buyout. We have seen that happening with some of these older cards with no reprints recently. Definitely something to keep an eye on. Number 8 is Klauth, Unrivaled Ancient, up $1.48 to $8.54. That's a 21% increase. It is from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Draconic Rage Commander deck. This is the foil version from that deck, but there's also an extended art copy as well. As you know, if you've been watching these videos, the Dragon Tribe got a huge push from Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Since that set came out, you've been seeing a lot of Dragon Commander builds getting more play. Things like the Ur-Dragon and Tiamat, for example, and this is found in those decks. Plus, it is sometimes used as a commander itself. Additionally, this is getting play now in some builds around new Commander Legends cards as well, like Mirim Sentinel Worm, Ragadraga Gorgut's Boss, and Karlach Fury of Avernus, along with the background Raised by Giants. Lucky number 7 is Cursed Mirror. This is up $1.49 to $5.76. That is a 35% increase. It is a very solid commander card found in many different builds, and it only has this one printing. The card has been getting additional play in the Commander format as well in Mirim Sentinel Worm builds. Plus, it was in a Svella Ice Shaper deck this week on an Extra Turns episode of the Command Zone podcast, which might have brought some attention to it. Similar story here with number 6. This is Fury Storm, up $1.75 to $8.49. That is a 26% increase. Solid commander card. It's in lots of builds. It only has this one printing. One of the builds where I see it the most is Exodus Auric Overlord / Awaken the Blood Avatar, but it is especially good in builds around partner commanders. This can go infinite with a lot of cards, and it can steal a game out of nowhere as well. It has been a good card for a while though, but the reason it's moving the way it is now is because it was on a recent episode of the Command Zone podcast where they discussed obscure and underrated commander cards. On top of that, it was in an Omnith Locus of Creation deck on that Extra Turns episode of the Command Zone podcast this week. Those two episodes might have brought a lot of eyes to this card, but there's another reason you might want this for the future. Looks like it could play well with a Dominaria United card that's been previewed already, and that is Jaya Fiery Negotiator. Number 5 is Cinder Haze Wretch. This goes up $2.01 to $2.97. That is a 209% increase if you're doing the math at home. Now, this is a Shadow War card that's yet to be reprinted, but I won't do my one per video here because it is a common, it's not a rare. Regardless, though, the card's moving up a lot quickly. Why is that? Well, it has seen increased commander play in a popular new build recently around a Commander Legends card that is Myrkul, Lord of Bones. It is one of a number of cards that combo with Myrkul. Number 4, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, up $2.40 this week to $13.59. That is a 21% increase, and this has become a highly played card in many formats. Standard, this is in Jeskai Control, Grixis, Vampires, and much more. In Pioneer, it's in Rakdos Midrange, Jund Sacrifice, sometimes Rakdos Sacrifice, and more. Modern, it's in Glimpse Combo, 4-color Archon of Cruelty, and more in that format too. Yup, it even sees Legacy play. It's in Painter, Blood Moon Aggro, and other decks in that format too. On top of that, it's been getting a lot of Commander play too in various builds, including a new one around a Commander Legends card, Minsk and Boo Timeless Heroes. If that wasn't enough, this was also an addition to Heavens is One build in that Extra Turns episode of the Command Zone podcast this week. Number 3 is Maddening Hex. This goes up to 67 this week to 1372. That is a 24% increase. This is another card from the Adventures in the Forgotten Realms Commander deck Draconic Rage. We have occasionally seen this show up in some Legacy builds here and there in both the main deck as well as the sideboard. Most notably, we've seen it at times in Izzet Delver builds. It is also seeing increased Commander play around some new cards from Commander Legends, Whaleblade of Frontiers along with the background, Sword Coast Sailor, and sometimes this is in Miram Sentinel Worm builds too. Number 2 is Holistic Wisdom, up 484 this week to 897. That is a 117% increase. This is another older card yet to be reprinted. This does see a little Commander play, but the reason it's moving the way it is now is because this is another card that was discussed in that Command Zone podcast episode, looking at obscure and underrated Commander cards. What this does is allow you to get some of your best cards back later in a Commander game. And number 1 this week is Seed Time, up 1021 to 2395. That is a 74% increase. And again, this sees a little Commander play in different builds, another older card yet to get a reprint, and another card that was discussed in that episode of the Command Zone podcast looking at obscure and underrated Commander cards. Blue spells are played pretty consistently in most Commander games, as you know, and this is a nice response to a counterspell. Your spell might be countered, but you get to take an extra turn for a green and 1. Alright, that does it for our top 10 hot cards of the week. Remember to join us this weekend for our regular episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where we deep dive into everything that's happening in the secondary market. Until then, though, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.